And good evening. I'll tell you what, today it's been a bit cloudy in the southwest. I don't know why. I went out this morning for a walk and I was all right. I was going along the pathway in my mobility scooter. Then all of a sudden, some drops came down, and that was it. I just kind of thought, well, better get on quick before it pours down because it's the second time I've been out and it's poured down. So, anyway, there you go. Right, tonight's guest. Um, I offered him back because we there was a lot into his story and everything, and I couldn't fit it all in. So I got Micky back, and Micky John Boat. Hello, Mick. How are you?
I've lost sound on you now, Steve.
How are you? You all right?
Oh, I'm fine, Steve. And yourself? I lost you there for a moment.
Yeah. Don't worry about it if you lost me. All right. So how you been? You been all right?
Yeah, great. Thanks, Steve. Yeah.
Good. Good. Well done. So
You
anyway,
asked. Go on.
go on. Carry on.
You asked me about the clubs I've done in Plymouth. You're
Yes.
some of the clubs I've done in Plymouth. The Brookside Social Club,
Yes.
Plymouth Social Club, the GWRSA Club, which I believe we got a clip of me working there to a packed
Yes.
out, sold out audience, which we'll probably never ever see again.
Yeah.
The Stoke Social Club, the
Yeah.
Beacon Castle, the
Yeah.
Maritime Social Club, the Mainstone Social Club, and the City Centre Social Club. And
Well, you know that City Central Club. You know
yeah,
that one. That was in a really deprived area. You know,
I know.
it was really deprived area, and I was married, and I lived around the corner from there, and it was real. It was as you gone in. It was a small club, wasn't it? It was a very small place,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
the one in Plymouth, the Stoke one. That was run by a woman, if I can remember. Was it?
I think it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I
When
remember.
I did that, I used to do it as part of a double. We used to do that one, and then the Plymouth Social Club up behind the police station used to do that one a bit later on the same night. So it's quite a busy night.
Yeah, it was a busy night. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you get a lot of people kind of like going to the shows then? Did you?
yeah. What in those days? Because we're talking about 5, 10 years ago. I mean, things were much better then. People had more money and went out a lot more.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah, yeah.
But but
So because
nowadays
yeah,
things
no,
are
no,
things are very
nowadays
bad.
not many. Yeah, yeah, not many people go out. Correct. Yeah. I, the trouble is now with the social clubs now is there's no like togetherness no more. It's just like
No,
not what. In, I remember going into social clubs when I was about 15 or 16, and my don't tell anybody. And my dad was a doorman of the Royal British Legion,
right.
all right, and um, and he used to go in the club. He was name's called Bob Beer, and he was a doorman. And
The
I used to,
manage
sorry,
the management.
well, not management, but he was a doorman, and he
Yeah,
used to let me. He used to let me in and everything, and but back then it was everything was right. It was like you knew each other. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
But
Everyone knew each other. A lot of
yeah, yeah,
clubs I used to do, social clubs. You don't sit in that seat, because someone sits there every week. They knew who sits there, so you don't sit in that seat, or you had to ask where you could sit. It was like that.
yeah, yes,
But I spent a lot of my time doing holiday parks as well, and
yeah,
some
yeah.
holiday parks I did for many years. I did like places like St Ives Bay, Lakeside at Burnham on Sea, Seaview at Loo, the Woolacombe Bay and Golden Coast, and Canterbury Grange, and
Mm.
uh, many of those I did for between 15 and 20 years on the trot every year.
Yeah,
And
Woodacombe,
I
Wood, Woodacombe Bay was lovely because it was facing the sea,
oh
wasn't it?
yeah,
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 yeah.
great view, but very hard for a very hard room for a comic there. They used to have a big sign with a cross on before he went out the dressing room door, it said, "Pray for all those trying to do any comedy in this room tonight. Or if you're a comedian and can sing, sing." It says.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I know it's difficult, isn't it? It was really difficult because the trouble is that some of the pubs and the clubs these days, it's like, well, sorry, back then it was all right because comedy was like the norm. You know, people were used to it.
Yeah,
But now it's like if it's any comedy comes on now, it's like, oh well, have a drink, put the music on, play a game of pool or something. You know,
yeah.
they don't care. They don't
They're not
care.
really expecting it nowadays, are they?
They're
And they're
not.
not really tuned into it. But as you say, 15 years ago, people loved a bit of comedy. You know,
Oh
if
yeah,
if
yeah.
you did comedy, you were a very sought after act. Then you really were. You know,
Mm.
I
I
I
used
used to be booked up a year ahead. You know, because of the sort of act I did. You know,
yeah,
but
yeah.
those days were gone for everyone. Everyone.
Everyone,
Now you
yeah,
have
I
to
know.
now you have to be a tribute act now.
Yeah, yeah.
The only one that look like is Bernard Bannon.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think I'd get away with his material.
No, I don't think you would. No, no,
No.
no, no. Anyway, I'm going to play one of your videos now.
All right.
Okay. Let's play one of your
This is me
videos.
at the GSA Club in Plymouth. As I say, working to a. Thank you.
Hang on for a second. Let's see what one it is because I've got loads here. You know, quite a few. Sorry about this. My computer's been playing me up tonight, so I'll have to. Yeah. Um. Here we go. Do, 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 do. Here we go. Come on. Here it is. This is the Plymouth one.
They rushed him to hospital. They ripped up my shirt, and the doctor said, "Nurse, I think we're going to lose him. Put the electrodes on him, give him 1,000 volts." So she went, "Wallop," and the scream went, "Eeeeee." Said,
You have to
"Nurse,
play it from the beginning, Steve. You're going. That's the end of a gag there.
she went, "Wallop,"
Oh
with the
yeah.
electrodes,
Sorry.
Can
and the
you go
scream
back to
went,
the beginning?
a fortnight ago, I went
That's
to.
it.
Now, I've never been to Ireland before. I got off the ferry in Rosslare and I got lost. So I thought I'll go in a chip shop and ask the way. So I went to a chip shop. I said to this fella, "Look, I know I'm in a foreign country. Speak slowly. Where am I?" He went, "Burger King." I said, "Which is the quickest way to Dublin?" He said, "You're walking, you're driving." So I'm driving. So that's the quickest way. So I'm speeding then because I'm late for my show. And I'm being followed by this copper. And he caught up to me and he's looking at me like that. And I'm looking at him and he's looking at me and I'm looking at him. When I saw him looking at me, I started slapping my dog like that. He pulled me over. He said, "Oh, you, get out. Come here." I'm walking towards him. He said to me, "You're staggering." I said, "You're not too bad yourself, officer." He said, "Look." He said, "I was only going to do you for speeding." He said, "But I saw you hit that dog." He said, "I'm going to do you now for cruelty to animals." I said, "You'd have hit that dog if you know what I just done." He said, "What did he just do?" I said, "He just let me touch this." Hey, on that subject, don't you think there's too many traffic wardens? Do you think there's too many of them? Oh, who's a traffic warden? Must have been, must have, don't be. And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, one of them, because I live in Bristol. Now, one of them, where I live, had a heart attack. They rushed him to hospital. They ripped up my shirt, and the doctor said, "Nurse, I think we're going to lose him. Put the electrodes on him, give him 1,000 volts." So he went, "Wallop," and the scream went, "Eeeeee." Said, "Nurse, I think we're going to lose him. Give him 1,500 volts. Try again." So she went, "Wallop," with the electrodes, and the scream went, "Eeeeee." Said, "Nurse, I think we're going to lose him. Give him 2,000 volts. Whack the electrodes on, and the scream went, "Eeeeee." Just then the doctor started writing out the death certificate. Just then the traffic warden come round. Said, "I'm all right now." The doctor says, "Sorry, too late." They started writing the ticket out now.
Oh, that's funny.
Now, I don't know if you know.
Yeah. The good old days, Steve.
Yeah, yeah. You changed a lot now, ain't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah, yeah. It's good, it's what do you think about that? Watching yourself. What do you think about that when you're watching yourself? Can't hear you. Sorry, say that again. I muted you.
yeah.
Sorry.
What? Yeah, yeah. I say that. You have to realize that you're getting older. I mean, I'm getting older now. There's three things that are bad about getting old. The first thing is you begin to lose your memory,
Yeah,
and I can't remember the other two.
yeah. That was a packed. That was a packed audience, or what? A really packed
Oh yeah,
audience.
well, that's how clubs used to be, but I don't think we'll ever see that again now.
No, you won't be able to.
A lot of these clubs will be gone. I think by the time everything sorts itself out, a lot of places will go under, go broke.
Yeah, it's
Such a
okay.
shame, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. How you getting on with work at the moment then?
I haven't worked since March the 17th. That was the last time I worked.
Yeah.
I had bookings right the way through to next year, but gradually, one by one, they're all being cancelled. Because I was doing 4 nights a week for Shearings, doing the hotels.
All right.
And I remember doing a hotel in Newquay a few years back, and the manager said to me, "We've had a woman in this week. She's been an absolute nightmare." He said, "She's upset all the guests and upset all the staff." He said, "If you have a chance," he said, "pick on her tonight." Well, I didn't have a clue who she was, but I'm going around the audience and I'm asking everybody their name and making a little quip about it, a little gag about. I usually got something to go. I shook this fella's hand and said, "What's your name?" He said, "George." I said, "Oh, this must be the dragon, is it?" And it was only the woman that they were all talking about. And
Oh no!
The whole place held its breath, And I thought this chap was going to hit me. But I left the bar for support, and all the bar staff had ducked down behind the bar. I was on my own. But suddenly he smiled, and the whole thing lightened up, and we carried on again. But it just shows how things can happen. I didn't know her really who she was. No one pointed her out to me, but it was just the way it happened.
Yeah.
It was funny later, anyway.
Oh, it's so funny, isn't it? Let's play another one of your videos. Hang on.
What have you got now then?
All right, hang on for a second. Let's have a look. Right, so I've got here. Hang on for a second. Super
Rooster.
Yep, here you go. This is quite good. I love this one. Tell me about Super Rooster. How did you come across this then?
Well, I've been doing it since 1985. I was used to go to Blackpool and watch all.
It's Super Rooster. He was just a normal bird, of which he never heard, till the film director stayed down on the farm. But when he heard him crow, he said, "I'll have you know, I think that I can make that bird a star." I think that I can make that bird a star. Is it a scream? Is it a siren? It's Super Rooster. Super Rooster. Super Rooster. Left the farm for good. Went to Hollywood. Super Rooster. Super Rooster. There's never been one as loud as that before, and that's for sure. There's never been one as loud as that before. So they put him on the screen. That's how he made the scene. They even let him have a private vet. They paid his union dues and let him start the news. And that's how he became a superstar. And that's how he became a superstar. Is it a jet? Is it a rocket? It's Super Rooster. Super Rooster. Super Rooster. Left the farm for good. Went to Hollywood. Super Rooster. Super Rooster. There's never been one as loud as that before, that's for sure. There's never been one as loud as that before. He could spend that every day, and lots to pay. What he got before was only chicken feed. It wouldn't do him harm to go back on the farm, but he'd rather stay and be a superstar. He'd rather stay and be a superstar. Is it a blast? Is it a whistle? It's Super Rooster. Super Rooster. Super Rooster. Left the farm for good. Went to Hollywood. Super Rooster. Super Rooster. There's never been one as loud as that before, that's for sure. There's never been one as loud as that before. And now, the Academy Award winner for Best Actor of the Year, and the winner is Super Rooster. Super Rooster. Super Rooster. Left the farm for good. Went to Hollywood. Super Rooster. Super Rooster. There's never been one as loud as that before, that's for sure. There's never been one as loud as that before. Ooh, ooh. Super Rooster. Super Rooster. Left the farm for good. Went to Hollywood. Super Rooster. Super Rooster. There's never been one as loud as that before, that's for sure. There's never been one as loud as that before.
You remember that, Steve, do you?
Oh, brilliant. I was dancing along there, I did. Oh, what memories that is. Yeah. Anyway, yeah,
I've been
sorry.
doing that since 1985. What I was going to say beforehand, what made me think of doing Super Rooster, I used to go to Blackpool and watch all the seaside shows while I was still in the band. I left the band in '84 and went on my own. And I thought anyone with a puppet in the act, they seem to work. They might not be top of the bill, but they'll always work. And my friend Lee Sheridan, who's in the group Brotherhood of Man, used to be in our group, and so he was writing a lot of songs. So he wrote that song. So I thought that'd be a great name for a puppet. So I had Super Rooster made. I got two actually, and I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah. I think it's true. I think did it some? I heard a rumor or something. Didn't it try to go into the charts once or nothing?
Well, we had lots of plays on Radio 1 when it came out. A lot.
Yeah.
Steve Wright used to play it, and it got quite a few plays actually. So, and
Yeah.
but we also did a Christmas record 3 years ago called The Office Christmas Party. There's a video on there for that, and we did that, and that was trying to give Simon Cowell a bit of competition at Christmas, but we didn't beat him. We just didn't.
So when you did the what was it called, the Super Rooster,
Yeah.
and when you made the puppets,
Yeah.
right? What made you do it? What made you make the song up?
Well, he wrote this. He wrote the song because he was writing some songs for the Wurzels, and he was looking for something for them for a single, but they didn't. They put that one on an album, but they didn't put it out as a single, and so I thought that's a great idea for a puppet. So I got it made, and as I say, I had two made eventually, and I used that in my act and did some gags along with it, and that bit used to be very, very successful. That's what people remember the most about me, really. Oh, they don't call me Micky. Oh, they're Super Rooster. You know, that's what people remember me by. You know.
Yeah, I want to play this song here because I've been listening to this all day today, and you probably recognize this.
Which one is this, Steve?
This is Losing You.
Yeah, nice song.
let me stay with me, baby? I try, oh, I try.
So I expect a delay here at the moment.
Here with me. I hope that you'll let me get close, and your memory remembers the time we shared. Stay with me, please stay. I telephone to ask how you're doing, and they say you're doing fine today. But then later on, when I call in and see you, the tears they keep falling behind my eyes. And every day, another part of me dies. Life can be cruel sometimes, can be cruel sometimes. But honey, I'm no fool, and I'm not blind. The tears, they keep falling behind my eyes. And every day, another part of me dies. Life can be cruel sometimes, so cruel sometimes. But honey, I'm no fool, and I'm not blind. Little by little, I know that I'm losing. You're finding it hard knowing who I am. But as long as I find that occasional flicker of love in your eyes, then I can let you go. Please stay with me. Oh, darling, please stay.
Wow,
It's got some good words in that song, isn't it?
unbelievable, mate, unbelievable.
That song's about dementia. About that's
Yeah,
like a husband singing about his wife who he's gradually losing to dementia. You know, so
yeah, I caught on with that.
yeah.
I thought that was. Oh, I had to take my glasses off it. I was in tears. Sorry, I'm just trying to get myself together. Yeah. So that was what made you do that then?
Well, it's such a heartfelt subject. I think I, I'm always looking for a message in a song, and I think that song has got a great message. And I think a lot of people they don't understand things like dementia and even depression and things like anorexia. All
Yeah,
those things are are only really felt by the people that have got it, and many people don't understand it. And also with dementia, people don't understand that it's just as difficult for the partner as it is for the person who's suffering it. You know, to
Yeah, yeah,
watch the person they most love in their life, you know, disappearing before their eyes.
yeah. I
You
know.
know,
It's like, especially if you've been with someone for over 60 years, and all of a sudden they've got dementia,
that
and
yeah,
they forget about the person. You know.
and they don't even know
Uh,
who you are. You know that that must be
that's
very
it.
very
Now.
hard to take. Very hard.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I'm
that
gotcha.
really, that's why
Yeah,
I've always done comedy, because I've always looked for the lighter things in life. You know, I mean, there's a lot of tragedy in life. Everyone has bad things happen in their life, and I like to go along and give people something to cheer them up. You know what I mean? Even
yeah,
though
yeah,
even though I have great respect for all these things that happen to people, you know, my wife and myself, we've had a few ups and downs in our lives. You know, but
yeah.
you know, you have to keep smiling and plod on. And I like the fact that I can go out and cheer people up and make them laugh. That's really what I love to do, you know, and I've always done that.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I think you're magic, mate. I think you do a really good job.
No, that's
Uh,
very kind of you, Steve.
yeah, I do. I think you're amazing. I think what you do is just amazing, and it's. And next time when I get you on in like a month or whatever it will be, I want you not just come back to show videos, but I want you to do some comedy for us.
Right.
Because I reckon I think you're amazing, mate. I think you're, and that's off to you.
Well, I've always enjoyed what I do, and if someone likes it along the way, then that makes it even better, you know. But
Yeah.
it's a brilliant way of life. I said to my wife today, you know, we've had some great times, really, great times over going around the holiday camps. Like some people go there for a holiday, but we're there all the time, you know, in the summer. And
Yeah.
looking back, it just seems, you
Yeah.
know, fantastic times. Met some wonderful people, and I've met people that I've known for 20, 30, 40 years, people that I've worked to, and they consider me to be a friend, you know. So that
Yeah.
itself is marvelous, you know.
Brilliant. I've got some questions here for you.
Go on.
How, Mickey, how long have you been married for?
55 years. That's a
Right.
long time, isn't it?
How many?
55.
55. I've got another.
You've got a long
Only,
way to catch me up.
I've got a long way to catch you up. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
definitely.
I need some tips, mate. I need some tips. Key ones.
You say yes,
When?
dear. That's the answer.
Yeah, that is the answer. It's yes, dear, isn't it? Look, that's what I say now. I've learnt my lesson, mate. What band does Mickey? What what band does Mickey play for? Um, he's a comedian, and also he does sing. Do you ever played in a band?
Yeah, I used to be in a band called the Best of British. We were a comedy show band.
All right,
After,
okay.
yeah, we were going quite a long time, and I left them in because in our band over the years we had Pete Budd, who's now the singer with the Wurzels, and we had the the other guitar player is Lee Sheridan from Brotherhood of Man,
All
and
right.
the drummer went off and played in White Plains. You hit with My Baby Loves Lovin', and
Oh yeah.
the key we had two keyboard players. One was a, a, a black fella named Ace of Spades, and he went off and he played piano with Shakin' Stevens in the Sunsets, and he travelled the world with him. And the fella that replaced him when he left to join Shakin' Stevens was called Dobie Gray, and he had three singles out himself. He got himself a record deal, left the band, and went solo. And he did
Yeah.
three records, had a record deal with United Artists, you know. So we quite a few people went through our band, but we turned into a fully fledged sort of comedy band, and then I left the band to do it solo, because you could do it then because there were things like backing tapes, but you go to
Mm.
places like South Wales where normally people would work live, and there I am working with backing tapes, and you'd have the committee sat down the front watching you to make sure you weren't miming. And I say, I'm not miming. Nobody sings as bad as that on a record.
When you first started off, I'm not trying to be nosy, but how much was your pay?
Oh, well, I remember we used to support a lot of the big bands that came, like the Hollies and Manfred Mann. They had the Corn Exchange in Bristol, and we used to get £5 between us. And we used to do Bath Pavilion on the Monday night, and there we supported them with Van Morrison, Freddie Starr and the Midnighters, Cliff Bennett and the Rubber Rousers, and various groups like that. And there you get £7.50. So that was between five of us,
How much is your pay? How much is your pay now? I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
At the moment, absolutely zero.
Yeah. I hope you get a pension then.
Yeah. I'm lucky.
All right. How long have you been in the? How long is your career? How long
Well,
have you?
I've been going since about 19. I started about 1960. As I said,
Yeah.
someone in the youth club, they put me up on the stage and away I went. But sort of started seriously from about 1963 when I started working regular. I've been working ever since. And as I say, when I left the band, I went packed my day job in and went fully professional and went solo, and I've been doing that ever since. And I've been doing 1,000 miles a week right up until March, still doing it, still going to places like Blackpool one night and then St Ives the next night, that traveling all over the place, really doing stupid miles and just always done it.
Yeah.
Always carried in loads of equipment. I do a very sort of a all-round energetic act, which you wouldn't believe that someone my age could do.
I
I
know.
used to do a somersault. On my own. People used to think I wouldn't be getting up again.
What was Blackpool? What was Black?
Yeah, Blackpool was great. I've
Yeah.
had some
What was
great
the
times.
Blackpool season? What was Blackpool season like then?
Yeah, very good. Well, such a long season because of the lights. You
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
at Easter and finish about the middle of November, and then sometimes you'd keep going. And I worked there at Christmas as well. I've actually worked at Blackpool on Christmas Day. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. My wife
God.
didn't. My wife didn't really appreciate that much, but I did it.
Yes. Was that for £7.50? Was it?
Not quite as much as that, I don't think. Not by the time I paid for the petrol.
On your travels, you've probably seen some dives. Come on. You must have been.
Yeah.
You
I
must
mean,
have been to. Yeah.
Yeah, you play some hard places and tough places, but I tell you that never worried me as long as the people were nice. That I didn't worry about whether the place was the worst place I'd ever been to or the best place. As long as the people were nice, that to me that was a good night. I've never had any airs and graces about well, I think this place is rubbish or I don't like the way place is decorated and some of the sort of rough places you go. There's places in Bristol, like you said about that club in Plymouth, in the centre of Plymouth. Considered to be a rough area, but the people there absolutely salt of the earth and had some marvelous nights there. Absolutely fantastic. You're only as good as your audience, no matter where you go, especially when you do comedy.
Yeah. You do. Yeah. I used to. I'm friendly with Tank Sherman. Do you know him?
Yeah, he's great comic, Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tank.
one of the
Brilliant.
best. I love him. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice fella.
Yeah. Really good. Yeah. I love him. Right. What other questions have we got? Have you ever played at the Grand in Blackpool?
The Grand. Not.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the theatre, the Grand
Yeah.
Theatre.
Yeah.
No. I've played at the Sands, which is on the seafront. I
Right.
played there. That's a very nice place. But
Yeah.
they mainly did clubs in hotels in Blackpool.
Yeah.
Played
Okay.
what they call the famous Lindeen Hotel in Blackpool, the big blue one on the front.
Yeah.
Played
Someone called Marie said that. Can you tell Micky? I remember him. a few years back. He was talking to me. He was with his wife. Um, my name's called Marie, and I come from Doncaster. You
Oh,
remember her?
right. And where did she speak to me? Where was it?
At the Linding.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, also, there's what? Oh, sorry. Some of these messages is just going whoa, whoa, whoa. It is honestly. It's like loads
That's the
of them.
trouble with technology, isn't it? I'm
Yeah,
actually pretty
yeah.
rubbish with technology.
Se- Someone said £7.50 for what? Go. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. If you want a comedian, what would you do? I think you'd be a tax collector, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd probably be a layabout. That's what I
A
am at the
lay,
moment.
a layabout. Yeah, yeah. What do you think about the current situation with COVID?
Well, I don't think anyone knows anything much about it. I think everyone's playing by trial and error, really, even the government, I think. I don't think
Yeah,
anyone knows what the final outcome of this is going to be or how long it's going to last. I mean, I thought, first of all, it was only going to be a couple of months and we'd all be back to it, you know? And here we are
mm,
6 months later. Now they're telling us it'll be another 6 months, you know? I
yeah.
don't honestly think there'll be many clubs left that can survive it, you know? I hope there is because I mean, not just
You
for
wouldn't have
me.
any work. Yeah,
Well, not for me, just not from a work point of view. You know, if I have to retire, I'll retire. But I've had a very good run, but I just feel for people that will have no places to go. You know, once it's
mm,
over. You know, because
yeah,
the clubs were dying anyway, and I think this is just going to be the final sort of nail in the coffin for it. Really, I do honestly.
yeah. I know.
Such a
Yeah,
shame.
I know. What's the What else is it we got here? Have you ever played in royalty? Play for royalty?
Well, I did play. I said the other night I played it at David Broom, the horse jumper. I played it as a show jumper. He was. I played it his 50th birthday party, and there was royalty there that night. Quite a few, and Michael Caine was there, and
All right.
quite a few of the royal family, Princess Anne, Prince Charles, and their respective partners at the time. But
Is
that was 1988, I think it was.
is it true that Prince Charles has got views?
I'm
That came from me. That came from me. Uh,
saying nothing.
yeah, don't say nothing. Yeah. Um, what else is it? How does Mickey's wife cope with him?
Oh, she puts up with me. She's known me a long time now. She just takes it for granted, really. When I'm on working, she'll be outside reading a book or something, and people say to her, "Don't you want to watch Mickey's Actors?" And I've seen him for years. She said, "I don't need to watch him anymore." So she'd rather read a book than watch me.
There's a funny remark here. It says, "When is it divorce on the cards when you keep traveling? You better retire now."
No, I, I don't think we can afford a divorce. I don't mind spending money, but not that much.
With all the traveling you do, Mickey, do they pay you the accommodation?
Not always, but when I went to Blackpool, I was one of the few acts that they used to put up. You know, they used to put us up in the hotel and feed us. So that was what enabled us to do it, really. Otherwise, it wouldn't really have been viable with me living so far away because a lot of the acts that were at Blackpool, they all come from around that area. But they were so keen to have me there because what happened is I was up there, and I bumped into someone coming out of a club, and he had the name of a radio station on the side of his car. I said, "Do you work for the radio station?" He said, "I own it." I said, "Well, I just got this album out, which was called Last Roll of the Dice." I said, "Would you play a track on there?" He said, "Yeah, I'll bring you up next week and we can have an interview." So they interviewed me, played the CD, and he said, "I've got an agent." He said, "He's heard the CD. He wants to give you some bookings of Blackpool." So I went to Blackpool, did this hotel, and Aaron, who owned the hotel, he liked what I did, and he wanted to book me exclusively. So I used to work there and other places, but he used to put me up. Even though I was working for other people, he would put me up because he just believed in me, you know, which as a performer, that's what you need, is someone just to believe in you, you know. And
That's
the
it. Yeah.
fact that he did was marvelous, you know. So I always appreciated that.
Yeah. Mickey, have you ever met Ken Dodd?
Not personally, no. One of
No.
the I've never worked with him, funny enough, but I know people that have, and they say he was a very nice person, very nice, you know. I
Yeah.
met Frank Carson, worked with Frank Carson a few times.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
He told me that he used to have to sellotape, his wife used to sellotape 2 pages of his diary together so that he could get a holiday, so that he couldn't take any bookings, you know.
I think that's what your wife needs. I think that's what your wife needs to do with you, mate.
But not at the moment.
Not
He'd
with
be
the
glad to
moment.
get rid of me again.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. On your travels, do you ever what? What's the worst thing that's happened to you on your travels?
Well, falling asleep at the wheel is a very
Well, what is it?
very bad thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
traveling late at night can be hard work when you're tired. And
Yeah.
I've done an awful lot more. I actually went to Glasgow. I worked in Glasgow, and I worked in the hospital social club. And at the end of the night, I did 2 hours. And at the end of the night, I used to do Tina Turner in those days. I'm doing Tina Turner to finish the act off, and somebody fell over and fractured their skull. And that was how the night ended, by these people, you know, all gathering around this person that fractured their skull. But we were playing in the hospital social club, so we were in the right place. So, but I packed up, I jumped in my van to drive all the way back to Bristol. I got about half an hour outside of Glasgow, and my van conked out. It was the alternator had gone, so I got a lift by the AA, and I came back on 5 different trucks, because as it went to the end of its area, they handed me over to another one. You know, so I didn't. I saved a load of money on petrol, but it cost me £117 for a new alternator. I've been on many AA trucks in the middle of the night.
I'll bet you have. Yeah. I bet you've been to a lot of service stations too.
Definitely. I'd like what I used to say, if they like the toll on the Severn Bridge. I said to my mate, if you got your money back off the toll like you did with PPI, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah, I know. It's so expensive, that Severn Bridge, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's free now, so that's great, you know.
All right, okay.
I can work in Wales now and not have to pay any money. It's lovely.
You don't have to swim across now. Yeah.
No, that's right. I worked in Wales and all. Actually, in 1991, I was voted Club Act of the Year in South Wales. So I was really proud of that, because comedy for a West Country person in Wales can be very hard. They can be very tough crowds there. So I was really pleased with that. You know, very pleased.
There are many acts in the Southwest. What is your favourite one? Don't say you.
Not me. No, nobody. But no stretching them out. I think Tank Sherman's a great comic. He's one of the best around. I really do. I really think he's good. And I also like the lady that you'll be interviewing on Friday, Jackie Fay.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, she's got a great voice, and she lives in Oxford now, but she's from Port Talbot, and she's a great singer, really great singer. You'll hear that for yourself. And she was on X Factor and did very, very well.
Yeah. So actually, I saw it on X Factor. She
Yeah.
She did really well, didn't she?
She's got a great voice. She took them by surprise by being. I think they thought she was going to be rubbish, but she absolutely proved them wrong.
That's what I like, when people prove people wrong.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And she is really good.
Yeah.
She brings tears to my eyes. She's one of those people that when she sings, she's got that thing. I have cried, listening to her voice, even when I've been working with her. She can just do that to me.
Yeah.
Tears run down my cheek, because she's got such a thing to her voice, such an emotional thing,
Yeah.
And she's a nice lady too.
Right, a couple more. It's have to be a couple more guys because we're getting on time now. Elizabeth, no, not Elizabeth. I think that's it. Oh no. Right. Okay. Would you ever play at the Palladium?
Yeah, I'd like to. I'd like to, but I think my chances of that now are quite slim. I've done some of the big theatres, and supporting the Wurzels. Most of the top theatres around the country. So I've had my share of doing those sort of things. So I do enjoy working theatres. It's nice to have that captive audience with no drinking distractions involved. Gags that you tell in a club that wouldn't get much in a theatre. They get a big woof, and you think somebody else has come on. It really gets you with that effect. You think, wow, that's good. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But of course, working in a theatre, it seems it's all over just before you started it. It goes so quick.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. While you're waiting in the background for a show to start, do you ever get nervous?
Sometimes, but normally I've got so much to do. Like setting up props and preparing this and preparing that. That seems to get me through all that. And I'm just concentrating on getting things right. And by the time I've done that, it's time to go and on and do it. Well,
Wow.
sometimes I can't. I think I can't remember anything, but once I get on there, it all clicks into place, and away you go. And
Yeah.
even
Okay. Final question. Sorry. Final question. I want to become a comedian like you, mate. How do I get started?
well, just do it wherever you can. Just stand up, even if it's only to your mates in a pub. Just get that confidence, because comedy is all about confidence. Once you're confident that you can make people laugh, you'll just want to do it. I mean, when I was in the band back in the 70s, when I started doing comedy, it was because I wanted to do it, and I wanted to make people laugh. And once you get that first laugh from an audience, it's very addictive. You want to do it again. You want to do
Yeah.
it because it's such a great feeling to hear people roar with laughter at a joke you've told. So there's great satisfaction in it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's easy, because no one finds it easy. You have to develop a style, and as I say, it's a lot to do with confidence, really. But just do it wherever you can. And if you want to be professional, I think the best place to work is to go and be a red coat or a blue coat at a holiday park, and then you'll gradually get used to working to audiences and talking in front of people, and not being nervous and confident about what you do. And I think that's a great way to start. A lot of people started that way. Like Des
Yeah.
O'Connor, he was a red coat. Lots of people been red or
Yeah.
blue coats, and because I think Joe Longthorne, I think he was a blue coat at one time. Some great people have done it that way.
Yeah.
But of course, it helps if you've got a bit of talent as well. I mean, Joe Longthorne, he was going to make it, you know, regardless, because he had such a brilliant voice, didn't he?
He did. Yeah. And
Yeah,
brilliant.
fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to like Michael Barrymore.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
I
I
worked with Michael Barrymore, actually. I worked with him at Butlins.
all right.
I met him and his wife Cheryl before he went on, and I supported him there that night at Butlins. That was about 1992, I think, and he was right at the top then.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he had such charisma. He really did. When I saw him in pantomime the year before at the Bristol Hippodrome, and when he wasn't on the stage, just everything seemed dead. But as soon as he came on, it just seemed someone plugged something in. Because he was so
Yeah.
like supercharged, and charisma just oozed out of him.
I think
And
the first time I saw him was when he was in Torquay,
right, yeah,
and he was with the Black and White Minstrel Show.
yeah,
Do you remember them?
yeah. Well, he was managed by Billy and Trevor George. They were they were based in Torquay. I work for Trevor George now for their agency, and
Oh yeah.
I work for them, and they used to manage Michael Barrymore, but it was them who gave him his name because his real name is Michael Palmer, and it was
All
them
right.
who christened him Michael Barrymore, but he eventually left them to go off with a London agent, and of course he went away and made it really big then, which he did.
Is agent best way to go, Mick?
Oh
Really?
yeah, you must have an agent, and to make it big, you not only need a good agent, you need a good manager as well. It's all about having someone who believes in you and can open the right doors. I mean, someone who can put you in the right place. I mean, there's a chap in Bristol, John Miles. Now he manages Des O'Connor now, and Carol Vorderman, and he used to manage people like Kid Jensen, and he used to manage the Wurzels at one time as well, and Jethro used to manage Jethro,
All
and
right. Yeah. Yeah.
and he's the sort of person that can make the difference. You know, if he believes in you, he can make things happen for you, open a few doors, and that's really where a manager can do it much better than you can. You know, it's no good ringing up someone and saying, "Oh, I'm the best thing since sliced bread," because they won't believe you. But if you've got a manager who's got a good track record and people will take his word for it, and where you'd never get on a particular TV show, but if you've got the right manager, you're in. You know, that's what happens. You know.
Yeah. Any regrets, Mick?
Yeah, I wish I'd have concentrated on my songwriting earlier. I did have chances to do some songwriting, you know, a long time ago, and I had so much work as a comic and was traveling so much that I didn't really give much attention to it, and I wish I had mine. I did want to. I left the band to do comedy, and I wanted to work around the seaside places. That's what I really wanted to do. So I did that. So and I've been lucky enough to be able to stay professional all my life and have plenty of work. So I've got no complaints. But like everybody, I mean, you could always have done better, and I do wish I'd done better or made it big or whatever, you know. But I mean, it doesn't happen to everyone, and it looks like it'll never happen to me. But
Well,
I've had a good time doing what I do. You know,
well, you're big in my eyes, mate. You're big in my eyes, and
I'm
so
big in
many.
everybody's eyes.
Yeah, so am I, mate. But anyway, mate. Thank you so much once again for your time, and I know, sorry for taking your time up, and it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, well, my pleasure, Steve. A pleasure anytime. Really enjoyed talking to you the other night, and once again tonight. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm just learning, mate. That's all what I'm trying to do is learn.
We're all still learning. I'm still learning. I'm
Yeah,
still trying
yeah,
to get it right.
yeah. But you will one day, and hopefully, very soon, when all this is over done with, we'll meet up sometime.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great, Steve. I look forward to
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We can do that. Anyway, guys, sorry, but I could be staying here all night speaking to Mick, but I can't.
All
Lovely
right.
bloke, and God bless Mick. And I'll probably get in contact with you very soon about doing a comedy actors ring
Okay.
and make everybody laugh on here because we do need it. We do need it. Thank you, Mick,
Okay.
and God bless.
Yeah. Bye, Steve. Thank you.
Bye bye. God bless.
Cheers, everybody. I think I've got somebody else's cup. It says "Hello, handsome" on here. Don't think it's me.
There you go, guys. What a gentleman. What a gent. And what a pleasure to talk to him. Sometimes, we can all kind of do whatever we want in life. But never give up on anything you do. I gotta go now. Because my wife is telling me, hey, Steve, get off. Take care. God bless. And keep smiling. Bye bye.